Dedicate my life to this game, open doors and all. See, the game don't change, people don't stay the same. Is it the love, the money, the pride, or the hood fame? Well, everything ain't always what it seems to be, but it seems to me something is missing. Put people in position, slow down and just listen. Help so many out, tell me how can they forget this? It was quoted and written, no room for forgiveness. You gotta accept it, there's no reason to doubt me under no circumstances. Could it be ironic I'm wasting my last breath? Or could it be ironic I'm taking my last step? Better now than never, nothing's wrong forever in this world full of hate. Now here comes the pain, shake your hands from your face, phony smiles in your face. My pop try to tell me that the streets are records. Pop pressure count the blessings, streets keep creeping, niggas stay grinding, sun stay shining, life is rougher than diamond. One to this away, don't let them see you crying, lock the truth away, so let's go. Broken, silent, life is more than a challenge. Everything you love really do matter. Hit these streets, dreams to shatter.
Welcome everybody to another segment of Music Drama TV Radio. I'm your host Skills. Thank you for logging on today. I appreciate everybody for subscribing to my channel, your feedbacks and everything, the emails and the messages, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Without you guys, it wouldn't be possible for me to keep this going on. You know, just something new, try to give my insight and input to the world and get my content out there to help to try to make things a little better, ease the tension of what's going on in the world today, and try to touch on touchy topics so we all can, you know, it's better to talk about things and then not to just talk about it, you know what I'm saying? And just to let things just happen, and then you don't have no input, because if you don't have no input on anything, you have nothing, you have no say-so. You know, it's just like voting. If you don't vote, you know what I mean, you have no insight on anything. You have no opinion of nothing. So everything counts, everything matters. You feel what I'm saying? So this episode of Music Drama TV Radio, we're gonna also talk about what's been going on online. Excuse me for my words, but what's been going on online lately is humiliating your kids on the internet, public shaming. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get everything together right here. But public shaming and embarrassing your children on the internet. What I mean by that is, you know, a lot of parents think it's cool to embarrass their kids for whatever they do, you know, in their own home or their own city or whatever they catch their kids doing stepping out of bounds, and they try to record it and press record it and then upload it to Facebook or, you know, any other social site that may play it and other people can view it. And, you know, that's a very touchy topic for me. And, you know, everybody knows that I'm all for the kids and making a better change, making a change, you know what I mean? I still believe the kids are the future, regardless of what's going on in the world today. You know, I feel like each one teach one. So we help each other out. We can, you know, we can help these kids out, you know. It takes a village to raise a child. That's the old saying, and I stick to that. But yeah, let's get right into this topic. So, you know, I'm online most of the times. Those that know me, I'm online on Facebook. Basically, it's on Facebook. You know, I see a lot of parents out there trying to get their point across by embarrassing their kids online, recording them, punishing them, or scolding them, and how you say it, publicly shaming kids, which they think that's the route to go. To some people, it may be the route to go, but others is not. And I'm one of the others that don't think that that's a good idea, parents. You know, let's be adults and let's use our heads when we do things like this, because that can scar your kids for the long run. Because you got to remember, parents, I'm going to give you some advice. Whatever you put on that online, that internet, that media, that circuit, you know, you can never get it off. So whether you upload a video, that video is going to go, if it don't go viral, it's going to always be up there, and your kid's going to always see it for time to come. You know, whether they see it now or they see it later, they will see it, and that can really hurt the kids inside, parents. You know what I mean? So, you know, you got to think twice. You know, you sending stuff to like World Star Hip Hop. I have no problem with World Star Hip Hop. You know, it's just certain content that they upload that, you know, I don't get down with, but that's a different brand. So, you know, but shout out to World Star Hip Hop as being another social media platform that's trying to put artists out there, you know, whether they pay for it, whether your video just get picked up virally. But that's, you know, big shout out to them. No problems with them at all. But parents, you know, if you have a problem with your child, you know, or your child steps out of bounds or out of line and they do something that you don't approve of, and you catch them in the act, or you get a notation that they're doing it and you approach them, you know, you got to remember, What happens in your home stays in your home. Nobody has to know your business or how you handling your child or how you treating your child or how you mistreating your child. I will hope you're not mistreating your child, because the world that we live in today, you really can't put your hands on your kids. You know, that will cost you. You know, it's not like back in the day you can, you know, spank your kids or give them a little whooping to punish them and teach them a lesson. It's not like that. We're growing up in the essence of time where you have to really take your time and be patient with your children, whether they're small, big, or older. You know, you have to really talk to them and give them the word of advice and try to let them know the ins and outs and the repercussions of their actions. You know, so I seen a video the other day. You know, a lady caught her daughter out there putting stuff on Facebook and portraying an older person, and you know, basically it wasn't up to the mother's standards, and she probably felt embarrassed and shamed that her daughter was doing this. And you know, I feel your mom. I feel you, moms. I feel your pain on that one, and I understand everything that you're doing. You know, because your daughter out there leaving herself wide open to predators and perverts out there online, and they don't know, and 9 times out of 10 they really don't care how old she is. And there's a lot of lurkers out there. You know, you got to be careful. You know, young women, you got to be careful what you're doing out there. Don't just think that, you know, it's just your friends that's going to see it. It's not just your friends going to see it. They don't have to just be your friend or be in your friends list to see what you're doing. You know, the online is open to everybody, whether you request a person or not. It's going to get out there. You know, everybody don't keep things a secret. So young ladies, I advise you to stop doing what you're doing. It can hurt you in the long run, and it can cost you. What I mean by it can hurt you in the long run, it can scar you. You know, you try to get into college, jobs, you know, very much jobs, because nowadays jobs are typing your name to see how you doing, your activities, what you've been doing online, or what type of person you are. And your name pops up and they see some type of crazy video on there. You out there soliciting, you know what I mean? And you know, you're supposed to be doing other things, using the online for other tools. You know, don't just be putting yourself out there on the media. But that's all I have to say for the young women out there. Just, you know, be careful, you know, because everybody's not online just to be online, talking to their friends or watching videos. Certain people got attentional motives, you know what I mean? And there's certain predators out there, and you know, the government and the law enforcement can't monitor them all. But what you can do by helping is don't put yourself out there. Don't put your parents in that position where they can find this content out there. Or family members. Don't ever put yourself out there online, young ladies. You know, all these twerk videos and these crazy challenges. I mean, that's not for you. I may not know y'all, but I'm gonna tell you straight up, it's not for you at all. At all, young ladies. I don't care what it is. Try to do something positive. Use the online as a great tool to help you and better you in the future, or to build something. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want to just be on Facebook, you know, make sure you know who you're talking to. Don't portray an image. Keep it 100% real when you're on this line, on this net. You gotta. It's a must. It's a must. Because any throw off, you 15, 16, and you put, oh, I'm 20, I'm 19. People look at that age. They don't care how you look, what you look like. They look at that age, and that's the only thing that they're gonna go by. You know, so if anything happens, and you know, that person can probably get off with it, you know what I mean, saying that this person betrayed this certain age, so therefore, you know, you can't defend yourself because you manipulated the situation. But that's really all I have to say for you young women out there that's out there doing crazy stuff that you shouldn't be doing. You know you shouldn't be doing. But parents, you know, at the same time, in the same token, all in the same breath, you know, don't embarrass your kids and put it online. If you're going to embarrass your child, you know, you do it within the means of your own home. You know, that's between you and your child. Your friends don't have to know what you did. Your co-workers, you know, that can hurt you too. Your job can be on, you know, your job can log on to you and just see what type of activities you're doing, and they see you out there spanking your child and you're embarrassing your child, you know, just to get attention. That's a cry for attention. You know, it's not really necessary for you to be doing stuff like that, parents. You know, you got to be cool and calm and collective when you talking to your children. See, me, I don't have any kids, but I work around a lot of kids, and I work well with children, and children understand me, you know, so I got a great understanding for kids. And I also work with a young lady, named Shanice from Shanice Kids TV. She's a sensational YouTube star. You know, she puts out great content and try to help people, you know, with stop the violence and the bullying, and she try to put things out there. So it's just not for kids to look at. So parents, when you get a chance, log on to Shanice Kids TV on YouTube. She has a lot of things going on, websites, and she's a very positive young lady. She's 8 years old. You know, she recently did a radio interview with me, and she talks good knowledge. But back to what I was saying, parents, just stop it. It's not worth it at the end. You know, you embarrass your child, 90% of the times, that child might be hurt at that time, and you may think that, you know, you solved the solution, but you got to remember, after you finish punishing your child, that replays back in your child's head. You know, they may not do the same thing, but they may be wiser and smarter and try to do it a better way where you won't find out, or they may not be able to function the next day in school because of the embarrassment of classmates. And there's a lot of school bullying going out there today in this world, and they're trying to grab a hold on the school bullying. So that's just adding on. That's not solving the problem. You see what I'm saying, parents? So you should just chill and think about what you do before you get that camera out and press record, and you want everybody to know what your child is doing, and you telling people, oh, she's not 16, she's not 19, she's not 20, she's 14, she's 13. For all the people that's online, you know, all the predators online thinking that, you know, she's a certain age. You know, it's really not their fault. It's your child's fault. But don't make it become something bigger. You know, don't make it become your fault. And it does become your fault when you put that content out there, because you can never get that video back down. I don't care how many times you try to delete it. It's online. You know, your kid may grow up from years to come, hit 18, 19, 20, and see what you did. And then that just draws tension between you and your child, because your child could never forgive you. I know if that was me and I was a child, and my parents did that to me, and I did something that they didn't like, and they put me online like that, I would never forgive my parents. I will forever, ever, ever, ever deeply feel some type of way about them, regardless if I do it again or not do it again. You know, I will feel hurt. I will feel betrayed. You know, I know y'all feel betrayed too when they do that, but, you know, kids are kids. They're going to do crazy stuff, but let's not make it a longevity betrayal where you lose the relationship with your kids. You see what I'm saying? Let's try to help and heal the problem. You know, let's get to the source of the things. You know, if that means you have to take away certain privileges from your kids, or disable them from being online till they learn a lesson, until they, you know, or you have to monitor them till they get the grasp of being online and learning the goods and the bads of being online, then that's what you have to do. And I recommend that, rather than just hitting your kids. And that's another thing about beating your kids, parents. You got to be careful right now. You know, like I said, it's not back in the day style where, you know, there wasn't no online and punishing your kids was the way to go. You know, your neighbors can beat your kids back then. You know what I mean? If they found out you was doing something. Yeah, neighbors did that back then when I was growing up. You know what I mean? If I was out there acting a fool, my neighbors or anybody that knew my parents had the green light to really, you know, punish me at that time. They wouldn't do it in front of people, but, you know, they wouldn't go as far as spanking me, but as far as, you know, letting it be known that I'm going to tell your parents I know what you're doing. Nowadays, people not doing that, you know what I mean? They see your kids out there doing something online. Basically what they saying, look at their child. Look at their child. No one cares about their child. Look how their child is doing. You know, where's the parents at? Basically, that's how people looking at things right now. So you want to eliminate all that assumptions. You can be the greatest parent in the world, but one mess up will knock that greatness down. It will take away from everything you did with your child. You know, people don't care about the good things you do with your child. People look at the bad things you do, and that's with the court system too. You know, you really can't hit your kids. You can go to jail for that. Kids have a freedom of speech these days, and it is against the law to hit your child, because you can get in a lot of trouble. It's a better way of scolding your child and punishing your child than putting your hands on them, especially when you put it online. So I don't think that's the right way to go right now, parents. So just think about what I'm saying, and maybe this can help you. You know, stay away from them world star sites, and they don't care. You know what I mean? They're not trying to get your message out there. They're just looking out there for the content and you know, the views and the footage. You know what I'm saying? And that, you know, and I know some of you parents feel bad that did do this, because, you know, you got co-workers and friends and stuff looking at that. you know what I mean, and glorifying it, and it's not good because deep down inside, you're not really knowing how your kids feel about what you did, you know what I mean. So let's try to help the problem and eliminate some of the madness before it starts. But that's all I want to say to you, parents. You know what I mean. Just like I said, think before you react, because whether you think that you're helping the solution or you solving the problem, you're really not. Threatening somebody and embarrassing them, it's not solving the problem. It never will, never have, never did at all. At all. That's just gonna make a person have flashbacks, traumatize them, or make them lash out even more, because they look at it like, oh, well, my parents don't care about me. Look what they did to me. Why would they do that to me? I'm pretty sure a child would take a nice little punishment before you put it out there and embarrass them on Facebook or wherever site it may show up on. You know, so parents, you man, love your kids. You know, no matter what, you always gotta love your kids. And kids out there, love your parents. You only get one set of parents. You know, I'm not talking about your grandmother, your aunties, your uncles, or your godparents. I'm talking about your biological parents. Some kids out there in the world don't have that, don't have parents. You know what I'm saying? Don't have that figure in their life. Can't go to their mommy, their daddy. Some just have one parent. Some have none. So think about that. Something to think about, parents. So let's get it together. Let's join together and help everybody. You know what I mean? If you're going to upload something, you know, make sure you upload it without the abuse. You know, without the abuse and the yelling. Let's go about it with a sit down. If you're going to record it, record yourself on how properly to punish your child. Talk to them. Words go a long way these days, you know, and right about now, words is the key to saving our youth. The word of mouth, spreading the good word is the key. You know, people get angry and emotions and want to lash out. And that's why we got so much crime and so many young deaths, not just young deaths, but so many deaths going on in the world, because people react before they think and talk things out. If people talk things out more often, you know, it would be a less, you know. And what we want more of is positivity. That's what we want. That's what we want to try to do. You know, you're not going to stop your child from watching a rap video or listening to explicit curse words or explicit videos. You can't stop your child from that, because that's everywhere. If they got a phone or if they got a friend with phones, that's what they're going to look at. You know what I mean? But you couldn't get your child's life by monitoring them and making sure that they're doing the right thing, talking to them. When you talk to them, that makes them feel better inside. Like, wow, I can talk to my parents about anything. We have a special relationship. We have a bond. They don't have nothing to hide. You know, and you explain to them, you know, if they're looking at let's say if they're listening to no disrespect to Future, big up, shout out to Future for whatever he's doing, you know, but if they're listening to a Future record, song, and it's a lot of curse words, you know, I've listened to it and it's like, oh my God, whoo, some of the stuff I don't even know what's going on, you know. Can't say a bar without a curse word or some type of drug affiliation or sometimes doing something with a female, you know. So if they listening to that, you know, you sit your child down like, you know, is this, and let them know, like, and ask them, is this music really helping you? What type of message does this music have? You know, if they can't answer that, then that's when you go into details and explain it to them. If you explain to them, if you can't explain to me what type of positive message this rapper has or this R&B artist has or whatever type of artist it is, music that they're listening to, if they can't explain what type of message it is, you know, you explain to them how this isn't good food for thought. This takes away from the knowledge, you know, this puts you in a one-dimensional, you know, and you want their minds to expand, listen to positive things. There's nothing wrong with listening to rap music. You know, I listen to some rap music too. You know what I mean? But I am not going to sit here and say that I listen to all rap music, because it's not true. You know, I make music. You know, my music has curse words in it, but I try to limit myself from what I want people to hear and what I don't want people to hear. You know, because I try to portray myself as a positive person and a role model at the end of the day, which I am a role model in the society for kids and other people. They look at me, and when they see me, they be like, wow, that's Skills right there. Skills does the music. Skills does the videos. You know, Skills knows how to maneuver in and out the internet. Skills talks to the people. Skills has a big buzz out there. Skills is into that. He's into all that entertainment stuff. And Skills, I really don't hear Skills putting out crazy stuff. So that's the image that I want you to see, and that's the image that I portray to you. If I wanted you to hear curse words, it would be on a total different platform. You feel what I'm saying? It would be on a total different platform. And it would be catered to that. I won't put something positive with something negative. It doesn't mix. So parents, let's just talk to these kids. I'm not going to hold y'all up, but I wanted to touch on this topic. I did a segment a while back about this, but I feel as though I had to talk about it again because somebody asked me about my segment and it was asking me questions. And I feel as though when people ask me questions, that means that they really didn't get what I was saying. So I came back and I redid it in a different form to where you can understand what I'm talking about. You feel what I'm saying, parents? But, shout out to the parents that's out there doing what they got to do, taking care of their kids. And shout out to the parents that's not taking care of their kids. You got to understand, I want to tell you one thing. Take care of your kids. It's never too late to love your child. Love your child. Kids need love these days. They need more love than you can expect. They don't need things, and you can't buy love and buy a relationship with your kids by buying them things. You can't buy that. That's unheard of. Just because your child is fresh and got the latest gear, the newest iPhones, they going to school all done up. You don't buy a relationship with your kids. You know what I mean? Bond one, make one, create one. Because you got to understand, your child is never going to be that same kid when they was a little born baby where they couldn't make decisions. As they grow older and they hit the age of, basically when your children start really spiraling out of control and thinking for themselves is at the age of 12 and 13. That's when they become the most vulnerable to certain things. And that's when you step in. Parenting job is never over. You know what I mean? Let's stop burying our kids out there because nobody was in their lives. So parents out there that's doing their thing, single moms, single pops, or even a put together family, let's continue to be there for the kids, even if it's not your child. If you see a kid out there doing something they're not supposed to be doing, young girls out there acting wild, smoking, just take your time out to explain to them. Don't tell them what to do, but give them food for thought. Explain to them why what they're doing is bad and how other people see it. Because if you saw it, if you acknowledged it, imagine how many other people see it. And let them know that the image that they portrayed out here in this world is what people see you as. They don't care how smart you are. It's never the good things you do in this world. It's always the bad things, the negative things you do that grabs people's attention and makes them label you and put that label on you. They don't care if you're a straight A student and you just acting wild for that day. They see that, that's what they're gonna go by. And I'm pretty sure you parents, you don't want your kids out there embarrassing you and want neighbors and friends and coworkers seeing your child, because that just destroys everything that you work hard for. Let's try to get our kids into these school activities and put them into something where they can expand their mind and excel and become the next leader. You feel what I'm saying, parents? But I want to thank everybody that's been showing support, all my subscribers. Man, y'all doing a great job showing me all this feedback and tuning in. I want to thank y'all. I can't thank y'all enough. You know what I mean? I have 2 channels. I have Music Drama TV and I have also Music Drama TV Radio. They all based upon entertainment, news, music, and videos and media. So it's up to your choice. Whatever's your liking, you can, go back and forth. But make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend and you subscribe so you can stay logged on. Make sure you check me out on MUSICDRAMATV.net. That's my website. And I also have a radio station which I try to air it Thursday, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. When I get a chance, I try to go live. I will be taking callers in pretty soon, but right now I want to just establish this platform where I can have the feedback and enough people to bring in callers and have a live audience. That's what I'm really want to do. So once I start opening up the phone lines, I want everybody to put their input and their feedback and let me know, what's really going on. I'm a listener. I do more listening than talking. So make sure y'all subscribe and log on. You catch me on every social network site. Just type in Music Drama TV. My emails are all over. If you ever want to talk, You know, you can remain anonymous. I'm here for you. I would never ever put your information out there. That's not what I do. It's not the type of person I am. You know what I mean? I'm out here to help people. If it's dealing with music, anything, you know, everyday life, struggles, you know, or even you want to know how to get started in the media entertainment business. You know, I have so many tips that I can help you. Or if you want to join YouTube channels, you know, you just have to be serious about everything you do with me, because I'm a very serious person. But I'm going to let y'all go. I'm not going to take too much of your time because I also have other things to do. You know, I'm bouncing back and forth on this internet, and I got so many, you know, things to do. I also have a promotional site going on, so I also promote people music and whatever they do. It's not just music, but talent and everything. So I got to cater to that, you know. I'm a one-man show. But make sure you go to my channels and subscribe and let everybody know. Feel what I'm saying, parents? And always remember, young ladies, parents, audience, life is love, love is life. Love your life. MUSICDRAMATV skills.
I gave my life to this game, open doors and all. See, the game don't change, people don't stay the same. Is it the love, the money, the pride, or the hood fame? Well, everything ain't always what it seems to be, but it seems to me something is missing. Put people in position, slow down and just listen. Help so many out, tell me how can they forget this? It was quoted and written, no room for forgiveness. You gotta accept it, there's no reason to doubt me under no circumstances. Could it be ironic I'm wasting my last breath? Or could it be ironic I'm taking my last step? Better now than never, nothing's wrong forever in this world full of hate. Now here comes the pain, shake your hands from your face, phony smiles in your face. My pop try to tell me that these streets are records. Pop pressure count the blessings, streets keep creeping, niggas stay grinding, sun stay shining, life is rougher than diamond. One thing is away, don't let them see you crying like the truth away, so let's go. Broken, silent, life is more than a challenge. Everything you love really do matter. Hit these streets, dreams get shattered.